Hi, and welcome back to Dish by RMU Culinary, a weekly installment where we show you delicious food. My name is Chef Brad with the Institute of Culinary Arts at Robert Morris University in downtown Chicago. On this week's episode, I'm going to show you a really fast and simple shrimp and corn pasta dish. We're heading into the summer months. Tomatoes and sweet corn are coming on. It's going to be a great summer light pasta dish to have. So we're going to get started. I've got fettuccine noodles already. They just finished cooking. Store-bought, you can make your own. You can use other types of pasta. Farfalle, the bow tie pasta would be good, or even just spaghetti or angel hair pasta. So your choice on what kind of pasta you use. I've got some really large shrimp here. These are about 10-12, which means there's about 10 to 12 shrimp per pound. That's how they're sized. So if you look on a bag of shrimp, and the higher the number, if it says 35 to 40, it means they're going to be smaller because there's 35 to 40 shrimp per pound. So I'm going to show you a really quick way to peel and devein the shrimp. So these are whole shrimp. The head's been removed, but the vein is still in there and the shell is on. And for this pasta dish, we want to take out the entire shell because we don't want people to really fumble with the shell while they're eating the pasta dish. So I usually just use a pair of scissors or kitchen shears, and I snip right up the back of the shrimp. And this is the vein that you want to remove, not the vein underneath. The vein on top is the digestive tract. Sometimes there's really nothing in the vein to see, so it's hard to pull out. But we're going to pull the entire shell and tail off. And then we'll pull that vein out. And if you need to rinse it, I would encourage you to rinse it just so you can get all of that out of the shrimp. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I have, for this recipe, I have about 10 to 12 shrimp, and this will be enough for 2 people. So feel free to scale this more or less depending on how many people will be eating. It's a great, easy dish for one person too. So if you are home alone one night, need a good dish, try this one. I'm going to add a little olive oil to a hot saute pan. Shrimp, this is going to be quick. Shrimp are going to cook really fast. So we're going to add our shrimp to the bowl, a little salt and pepper. These are really bright pink shrimp already, so we're going to go for the inside, the meat of the shrimp should be white instead of translucent. So it's called opaque. And you'll start to see the outside of the shrimp turn bright orange as well. We're just going to get the shrimp going. We're not going to fully cook them because we have a few more things we want to add. I have 2 ears of corn that I've cut the kernels off. That's about 1.5 cups. So if you're using frozen corn, do about 1.5 cups. Fresh corn for this recipe is certainly better than frozen. And the shrimp just continue to cook really quick. We're going to add in about 1 cup of cherry tomatoes that I have. And we're going to soften those tomatoes but not really cook them down, so we still have a little bit of texture to this dish. And then I've got 1 cup of heavy cream. And then while that simmers, I'm going to slice up a bunch of fresh chives, and we're going to add some fresh chives for color, and we'll garnish with some more chives as well. And then I'm going to finish this with some feta cheese at the end, which will add a nice salty, briny flavor to the pasta dish. So we're going to add in about half of our chives now. And then we've got our fettuccine. For 2 people, I cooked about 8 ounces of pasta. And we're going to drain it. It's okay if we don't get all the water out of it. And we're just going to add it to our pan. And just give this a nice big toss. And we'll let this cook. The pasta is going to absorb that cream. It's going to continue to cook the shrimp. And those tomatoes are softening up really nicely. And then I've got a half a cup of feta cheese that we'll stir in. And now we're ready to plate. Quick and easy pasta dish. So I've got, because all of these bright colors, I chose a darker color bowl for this. And our shrimp have just about a minute left to go. And then we'll get this plated up. You can add other vegetables to this dish as well. Zucchini would be great, especially when they're in season. It would add a nice bright green color to it. Other types of summer vegetables, yellow squash and eggplant would be really nice in here as well. Really go crazy with this. You don't have to stick to these two vegetables, the corn and the tomatoes. So we're going to take our pasta. We're going to get the pasta in the bowl first, and then we'll finish it with all of our extra toppings. So we're going to get some tomatoes in there. It's definitely some of those shrimp. We always tell our students here that odd numbers are more appealing to the eye, so we want to make sure we get 5 shrimp in there, which is a good portion for an entree. Get a few more of those tomatoes. And we'll clean up our rim, get all the fingerprints off. We eat with our eyes first, which is why we always want to show you how to present the food nicely. And we're going to garnish with a few chives right at the end. And this is our summer pasta dish with shrimp, corn, and cherry tomatoes. For this recipe and more information on our culinary arts program, please visit robertmorris.edu/dish. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you next week.